What is up, theme park hipsters? We are going to talk about my favorite theme park today. That is Epcot. And if you haven't been around a theme park hipster community, then you're probably not aware of how much I really enjoy this theme park. But today we're gonna get into those 5 basic tips. This is going to be the precursor to the podcast episode that is now available for you to download. That is podcast episode 64, and it's talking about everything you need to know about preparing for your solo trip out to Epcot. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Tip number 1 is to start small with solo travel. Now I know that for us who go to the parks by ourselves, we don't need all this kind of prepping. But if you are someone who has never really done too many things by yourself, taking on a full theme park might be intimidating and kind of scary at the same time. So I recommend doing something like maybe going to a movie by yourself, or perhaps having dinner alone, and you don't have to necessarily sit at the table by yourself if you're kind of worried about that. You can sit at the bar, and those are some kind of ways to kind of ease yourself up into solo travel that I recommend. The next tip that I recommend is to book your fast passes ahead of time without having to be so stressed out about trying to just be on a solo trip. I always recommend that you have your fast passes booked early, not only because it'll make sure that you can do the things that you really want to do, such as Flight of Passage or Frozen Ever After, and hopefully one day Rise of the Resistance will be available in the Fast Pass system. But the thing about it is that you want to have your fast passes already done. And also just having them kind of booked allows you not to be so stressed out about doing this solo trip that's already kind of intimidating. Having your day mapped out, having a little bit of plans can kind of help you just navigate through the parks easily, knowing that you have a destination. Now, just because you have your fast passes booked and you have all your plans done, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stick to a strict schedule. After all, this is your solo trip. It just gives you some kind of plan, some kind of itinerary, some kind of blueprint. That way you're not so focused on, is somebody staring at me? Can they notice that I'm by myself? Because believe it or not, nobody cares that you're by yourself. Nobody's paying attention. Everybody's caught up in their own world. You can volunteer that information and get feedback from some of the cast members, but nobody's really caring that you're by yourself. There may be some moments when you get in that single rider line for Test Track and you see someone, about to sit next to you. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting next to strangers a lot, but trust me, that stranger might be on a solo trip too, and you guys can conquer Epcot together. You never know. I've had some really interesting things happen on my solo trips that you can hear more about it in this week's episode of the Theme Park Hipster Show. My next tip for Epcot is to make sure that you explore World Showcase. Epcot is incredible, and I always call this the solo traveler theme park to do because there's so many things to keep you distracted. World Showcase has 11 countries, I believe, and you can go through Mexico, Norway, Japan, Germany, all these countries that's represented, and really dig deep and explore it. And take advantage of the cast members that are from those countries. Ask them more questions. If you see some type of item there, ask them about it. Get some more information. It's your solo trip. Take your time. Plus, Epcot is going under some refurbishments right now, so World Showcase is where it's at. My next tip is to take advantage of the cast members for your photos. Yes, I love getting the cast members to take my photos, especially the ones who are already taking the photos that you can use for your photo pass. They know what to do. They know how to get those angles for you. And I'm pretty sure that they have a lot of influencers out there to get that Instagram photo done. So they'll do you right. That's my tip. Get all those photos so that you don't have to worry about, oh my God, there's a family coming by. How do I ask them to help me get my photo? You can get a cast member to help you, and that'll kind of ease some of the stress of your trip. Now, my final tip for this quick podcast teaser is to hop over onto Facebook and join the Theme Park Hipster Facebook group. We are a bunch of solo travelers who love Disney, love theme parks, and we are there to help you plan that first trip. Plus, while you're in the group, you can meet other solo travelers that, hey, maybe you guys meet up at Disney on your solo trip, so you'll know that one day I'm gonna be with somebody. Now that is it for those top 5 tips for going to Epcot alone. Remember that this is a teaser video, and if you want the full guide, you can find that on the Theme Park Hipster podcast. That can be on Apple, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and even Pandora. Yeah, Pandora. This is going to be the Epcot solo episode. It is one of the last episodes recorded, so you don't have to worry about trying to find it. But say you can't find it, it is podcast episode 65. And until next time, happy park hopping hipsters.